Hey YouTube, Anthony Olan here, and I know it's been a while, but I'm going to just jump into this video now and talk about this trailer that we got about a day or two ago. We got the trailer for Bayonetta 3, another gameplay trailer, but it has more detail, more story, more gameplay scenes. And while a lot of people are rightfully excited for this trailer because it's been some time since we've heard anything since the last gameplay review a few months ago, and even before that, it's been kind of like a ghost in the wind or something. But don't get me wrong, I am excited, but there are some concerns in terms of whether or not they are quote unquote borrowing too much from other games, more specifically from Capcom games. Now there are some things here that I saw that I am kind of happy for, that I've been waiting for a while, type of thing. And there are some things that it's just a clear copy and paste type of thing, and I don't know how I feel about that. Some people like to say it's just taking inspiration, but there's a difference between taking inspiration from one project and from completely just copying something. So I'm going to start with one of the things that I am kind of excited for. In this trailer, you do see a moment where Bayonetta is kind of activated her, I don't remember what they call it. I don't know if it's like an Umbran Witch mode or something like that. Basically, it's like her version of a demon trigger from Devil May Cry. And I've been waiting for this since the first and second game. You know, you do get something similar where you do stronger attacks and all that stuff. But this one seems to give us a full-on like demon trigger type of thing. And like I said, I have been waiting for that for a while because of Devil May Cry. And she does have that like giant witch thing that does come out at times, so I guess this is now like a transformation. But again, it's one of those things that kind of got taken from Devil May Cry, because I can't think of any other games that does something similar to that. You know, it's not like a Super Saiyan transition type of thing, you know, it's more like a Devil May Cry type of thing. And adding on to that, there is an actual scene in this trailer that really was copied, in my opinion, frame for frame from the first Devil May Cry. In this trailer, you do see that Bayonetta does meet a spider creature that you can control, and I believe you ride on their back or something like that. And I'm going to show it here. She just does the same thing that Dante does when he meets Phantom in the first game. I even shared it to a couple of my friends who aren't really fans of these series, and they were like, hey, you know, you actually put me on to this awareness, like, hey, this is basically a copy from that game. And then adding on to that is this new character. I think they said her name was Viola or something like that. And I'm interested to see how her playstyle differs from Bayonetta. But this is also, from what I've seen in the comments, they're comparing her to Nero. I more so think of it as a mix between Virgil from Devil May Cry and Lady from Devil May Cry, given the sword and the fighting style, as well as the grapple hook and the kind of like the pouches that she has around her waist, very similar to what Lady would wear in the games. And so again, this is one of those things where it's kind of like a copy and paste type of thing, and I am kind of worried. There's even a scene in this trailer where Viola, whatever her name was, uses her sword to cut bullets in half, and we actually see that in Devil May Cry 3 after the first encounter with Dante and Virgil. So there's a lot of copy and paste in that aspect with Devil May Cry. Now there's also, from my opinion, not as much a copy and paste, but I guess a bit more of the inspiration is from Monster Hunter Rise. You know, that game does have the capabilities to commandeer a monster and fight another monster. This game is doing something similar where you can control one monster to fight a different one, you know, large beast. But this is also going back to this whole new theme recently of kaiju battles with Godzilla versus Kong and, like I said, Monster Hunter Rise. So we are seeing a bit more of these kaiju level fights in these games. So for this one, I'm going to say it kind of more so borrows from Monster Hunter Rise. And I don't know how I feel as of yet. It does seem pretty interesting. Bayonetta is no stranger to various different play mechanics. You know, even the first game, you have your standard, you know, levels of platforms and combat. Then you have your rail shooters and stuff like that. Even the second one had like the mech suit level that was pretty interesting. And you have like your water level, your normal platforming type of thing, and your rail shooters type of thing. So This one does seem to do those things again. Like there was a rail shooter scene in the trailer, as well as adding new things, new ways to platform, new ways to advance through a level. I don't know if the game will have levels specific to character, which if they do, is kind of going into the Devil May Cry 4 and 5 route. Even with this game, there seems to be a bit more emphasis on NPCs that you might be able to see in the game. Now, yes, there has been minimal NPCs in the previous Bayonettas, but not to this level. And it's similar to how Devil May Cry 5 had a lot of characters in the cutscenes at one point in the beginning of the game. And you get to believe that this world is a bit more alive because there is more going on. So just a little side point there that I honestly think this game is borrowing heavily from Capcom, from Devil May Cry primarily, and then a little bit from Monster Hunter Rise. I don't know what else it's going to be borrowing from. Maybe a little bit from that other Platinum games. I can't remember what it was called. Astral Chain. That's what I was thinking. Astral Chain in terms of like the visuals and some of the I guess character models with the type of I guess similarities in design, but that is a Platinum Games project, so that makes sense to borrow from that. But I know people have compared Bayonetta to Dante in the past. I've done it myself, but it does show that we are getting a bit more comparisons here. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know how well we can trust Hideki Kamiya on this project. I have expressed feelings in the past of how he has been known to react to fans and treat fans kind of comes off as a dick, honestly, and it won't be surprising if it turns out that he really did copy these things from Capcom. But maybe we'll see some crossovers or something like that. I know that Bayonetta does have various alternate costumes for other Nintendo characters, but I don't think we're going to get anything in terms of Devil May Cry, Easter eggs only, but I'm excited to see how they handle these Nintendo costumes. Maybe they'll do an upgraded Samus armor to reflect Metroid Dread, which, in my opinion, was not a good game. Maybe we'll get some other cool things. But the game comes out this fall. I believe October it comes out, so it's about damn time. And I do think that maybe the game should have been brought back to other consoles. I know that the whole deal about Nintendo had to buy out the project to help them finish the second game, and that's why it's exclusive, and that's fine. But, a friend of mine was just saying that it is being held back by being on the Switch because this game could look and perform a hell of a lot better if it was on other consoles. But hey, that's just the way it is. It's a Nintendo exclusive. If you haven't played the first two and you do have a Switch, you can get them. I mean, they're still not very cheap. I think they're still like full price for both of them. If you could find the second one physical, which you probably can't, but if you can, you get the first one included. But I'm sure they'll have a sale or something for those two anyway. But pretty interesting games. Give them a try. See if you like them. Like I said, it's similar to Devil May Cry, but also different in some ways. So I don't know. Honestly, my initial thoughts of this trailer was like, certain things were cool, and I'm excited that it's finally happening and we're getting more information. I just don't want it to be too much copying from those other franchises, those other games, and then it kind of just loses its identity, And I'm sure, if you're not a fan of the character design for Bayonetta in this game, I'm sure they'll put the other two designs from 1 and 2 in this game as unlockable costumes. They tend to do that for these games. So that's my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's been a while, and I'm trying to get more out. It's just life, It's just life. I'm Anthony Olan, and I'll see you guys next time.